afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I am Nicole, and I am here to help you guys understand a little bit about this whole ascension process and spiritual enlightenment and motivation, just anything that can help you guys feel good and help you guys along your path. And I am using my own personal experiences and what I have gone through and what I have learned along the way. So I wanted to touch on a subject today that I'm dealing with personally and learning how to kind of navigate through this. And I've done it before, and sometimes, everybody's human, so sometimes you get into that veil of amnesia and you kind of forget, and then all of a sudden it's just like a slap in the face, like, I should have had a V8. Like, what the heck? We're going through some energies right now that are really tough. The first part of September, purging a lot, and so there's a lot of anxiety and frustration and arguments and lots of stuff that we're purging right now, and that's causing a lot of conflict and frustration with people. And I had a situation come up earlier last week, and you look back and you're like, you should have probably handled it just a little bit different. So that that led me to kind of onto a little bit of a quest the last, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 days, to kind of go deep and hermit down and go within and kind of figure out what is going on. And it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks last night and today. Actually, it was last night it hit me, and I did some more meditation today, and the stuff that we're purging right now is blocks that we've had, whether it be in this lifetime, past lifetimes, merging timelines. And some of the stuff can be yours, and some of the stuff might not be yours that you're purging. So you're like, what the heck is going on? I don't even know why I'm feeling this way. Like, there's no reason for me to be depressed, or there's no reason for me to be angry, or there's no reason for me to be lashing out. Why am I feeling this way? So sometimes there's things that are coming up that you're purging that aren't even yours to purge. And it's triggering things. It's triggering emotions and reactions and everything. And what it's teaching us is you have two choices. Okay, you have like this fork in the road. And when you come up to this crossroads, you have two choices to make. Okay, so what we're learning right now is we're learning to look at things and look at life and look at situations from an observer standpoint, not necessarily putting yourself into that present right there and just instantly reacting. What it's teaching us is to step back, take a breath, and observe a situation that we might be going through, and learning to respond to that in a way that you are in an observer mode. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. So instead of getting right in there, like I was like the queen of just jumping right in, and then like later I'm like, oh God, what did I do? I'm a fire sign, I'm a Leo, and I've got Virgo, Gemini, and Cancer in me. So I've got all of the elements of earth, wind, fire, and water, but if I wasn't balanced, and I had too much fire or too much air, it was like a big bonfire, and then later on the water comes in and douses it all, and I'm like, oh, I feel bad, So what it's doing is it's teaching us to balance everything, teaching us to balance our masculine and our feminine energies. And with that that fork in the road, you're creating timelines. So for instance, let's just say you're driving down the road and somebody cuts you off. Okay, what's your first reaction? Most people, 9 times out of 10, they're going to get mad, they're going to flip the person off, they're going to honk the horn, they're going to be angry, and then they're going to go home and they're going to vent, or they're going to go to the grocery store and they're going to be mad, and they're going to be taking all that frustration that they've gotten from that one person cutting them off and just vomiting it all over everybody. And then that just creates a trickle-down effect for everybody that you're coming in contact with. So everybody you're coming in contact with and you're lashing out with, they're taking that and they're doing the same thing, and it's a trickle-down effect of just blah. Okay? That's one choice. This is a road. And that road goes crash into that lower vibrational negative energy. Okay? Now your second choice you have is to, somebody honks at you or somebody cuts you off and gives you the bird. Let's just put it that way. Okay? You can choose the other fork in the road. Now what is that fork in the road? To take the observer standpoint, step back, take a breath, take a few seconds to think, not react, and choose, and make a conscious effort to choose, to say, well, that person must be in a lot more hurry than I am. I sure hope they get there safely. Bless their heart. I'm just kidding. If anybody is from the South, they know what that means. But anyway, what I'm just saying is you have two choices. You can take the negative road and trickle down into the negative vibration and then just trickle down that way. Or you can take the higher road, take a breath, take a step back, and just, say, you know what? I hope they get where they're going. Obviously, they're in a hurry. You know what? I'm going to take the high road. And then what happens? You have the trickle down effect, but you have it in a different way. So you have the one way that's going this way. It's a trickle down effect of like vomiting gross stuff on everybody. Or you can take this road and you can choose to have love and compassion and understanding and spread that onto everybody, which entails everybody else that you come in contact with feeling that same vibration. I hope that makes sense. So what it's teaching us to do right now is to balance our energies, to be able to step back and take that observer mode and take that second to like think about it for a second. Which road do I want to take? Because this road that you take here to the right is a negative vibrational energy road. And what does that lead to? We've been talking about vibrational energies for a while. That causes a fork. Okay? So when you think about it, if you're thinking about a thought for 17 seconds, okay? You're thinking about, oh, that guy just cut me off. And then that's what you think about for the first 17 seconds. And the next 17 seconds, another thought comes into play. And you're like, that just makes me angry. And then you think about that for 17 seconds. And that leads to another thing. And it's like, it's just making me so mad. I should have just cut him off too. And, now I'm just mad. I'm going to speed around town. And then that leads to another negative vibration. And then that one leads to another negative vibration. And next thing you know, you're speeding through town and you get a speeding ticket. And you're not the one that got cut. You're not the one that cut him off. You got cut off, but what happened? That trickle-down effect, lowering your vibration. And remember what we've been talking about, things of the same vibration are attracted to you, whatever you're putting out, so you're attracting that lower vibrational energies. So anything of that lower vibrational energy, you're going to be attracting to you like a magnet. So even though you were in the right, but you chose the wrong path, you're getting the bad karma for that. But if you choose to do this and take the higher road and choose the higher vibrational part of this fork in the road, then you think 17 seconds of thoughts of, geez, I hope this person gets where they're wanting to go fast because they're obviously in a hurry. And you think about it with unconditional love. Don't think about it being sarcastic. You gotta mean it. And then that thought leads to another thought for 17 seconds. I'm getting to my place safely, thank goodness. And I'm appreciative to have this vehicle, this truck that's big enough that, he didn't hit me. And, I'm thankful to have the abundance to be able to drive here. And I'm thankful to have this, and I'm thankful to have that, and blah, 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 that leads to good vibrational energies. And then what happens is the law of attraction kicks in. And if you think a thought for 68 seconds, which is 17 seconds broken down, then all of a sudden that law of attraction kicks in, is like a magnet. Next thing you know, you may get to the grocery store and the best parking space in the whole place just conveniently opens up as you're pulling in. It's just things like that. It just gives you kind of a visualization on how that works. So we're all human. We're all human. We all make mistakes, including me. I live by my mistakes and hopefully am learning by my mistakes. Lord knows I've made enough of them. But that's what I'm trying to do here is help you guys learn from my mistakes, and maybe you can see and hear what I'm talking about and feel it and understand it in a way that you don't have to make those mistakes. Or if you have, you can relate to what I'm saying and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense because this happened to me and that put me in this state of mind, and this happened to me because I was in that state of mind. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. So this was just a quick little video. I wanted to share something that I was guided to do today, was on the fork in the road. You always have two choices in every action that happens to you. Two choices. What choice are you going to make? Okay? Learn by your mistakes. I'm learning by my mistakes. And don't think that if somebody does something bad to you, that they're just going to get away with it. Because karma is so quick right now. Karma takes care of everything. Karma and justice balances everything out. You may not see it and you may not hear about it because that person may keep it quiet to themselves. But just know that if you are truly a good person inside and you mean well and you do things that are good, not bad, and you have good intentions in your heart, you will reap the benefits. And the people that do the bad things to you will reap their benefits or their karma. That's a given. I see it all the time. And karma is so quick. You know, and don't I hear a lot of people saying, you know, karma, you'll get your karma, and you know, karma is this and karma is that, and I can't wait for karma to get them. Okay? That's a negative way of thinking also. You shouldn't wish ill upon anybody. You shouldn't. And that right there is going to give you some good karma. But if you're wishing ill karma on somebody, or like I used to hear when I was barrel racing, you know, standing next to people, I was like, oh, hit a barrel, you know, hope that person hits a barrel. And I'm like, what are you doing? That used to make me so angry when I would hear that, but from my friends. You don't wish something bad upon another person, because all you're doing is wishing that bad onto yourself. So what you're projecting onto that person, you are projecting onto yourself. Remember that the next time you try to do ill will on somebody, because all you're doing is projecting ill will on yourself. So anyway, I hope this video helps. So until next time, peace out, brothers and sisters. Bye.